There's Stephanie.
Hello.
There's Stephanie from
How we doing?
Sports. Stephanie Sports Corner. Doing well, and always
The all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee is back, roomier, smarter, and ready for city streets, the highway, and the road less traveled. Advanced safety tech, available 4x4 confidence, and premium comfort, and an amazing 37 mpg built for weekdays and weekend getaways. And meet the all-new 2026 Dodge Charger, now in 2-door and 4-door. Legendary muscle with modern performance, next-gen tech, and unforgettable style. If you've been waiting for something new, this is it. Visit Allen Samuels Dodge in Waco. Come by, let's be friends.
Bubble wasn't here. I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
At Covers & All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. We deliver premier protection at affordable prices and express shipping. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
Better sleep, inspired by nature. Your back, hips, and shoulders will fall into perfect alignment in any position, meaning that you get deeper, more comfortable rest. Visit ecoterrabeds.com.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious.
Is your Mac running slow? Mac Booster 8 is your all-in-one solution to clean up 20 types of junk files. Get your Mac running like new again with Mac Booster 8. Visit macboost.net today.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Streamline event and appointment booking with Amelia's sleek, modern, and fully customizable booking forms. WPAmelia.com. That's WPAMELIA.com. Amelia. Nalgene Outdoor has been your trusted companion, fueling adventures and helping protect the planet. We're committed to reducing waste, improving access to clean water, and providing simple, safe, and sustainable products for you and your family. NALGENE.com.
A house is a property, but we live in homes. Home sweet home. Homes where the heart is. We aim to deliver the best home buying and selling experience so you can spend less time real estating and more time living.
WhyPersonalLoans.com. Request a loan anytime. Our partners can offer loans up to $35,000 with varying rates and terms. Review your loan offer with no obligation and decide what works for you. Visit PersonalLoans.com today.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like. Actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. Visit PropMoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
The U-Like Air 3, launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks. That's ULIKE.com. U-Like.
VivoSun's mission is to empower growers with stylish and effective products, making indoor growing accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Visit vivosun.com today and get started making growing plants and vegetables easy and automatic.
really good pass. Hornets get a 1-point victory, 127-126 over the Heat. And I got to say, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to watch it all as we come to you from the from the Brazos. And then they're going to end up probably getting a second-round pick if it happens, is the way that would work. Okay, so we can't just act like, okay, well, Mel Kiper predicted this, so this is going to happen. It's still, I would say, about a 5 to 10% chance that the Cowboys come rolling up that board, but these things are fun to discuss. And I wanted to tell you, too, if you're just joining us, Baylor fans, you've been treated to the John Morris Show today, had unbelievable guests. The Brett Decker, the new addition to the Baylor roster, the guard who is an incredible shooter, comes from Liberty, where he shot around 44%, 91.7% from the free throw line. That's always extremely promising when somebody is able to do that at the free throw line. That's generally, if they're shooting 90-something% from the free throw line, it usually projects as they're really good from the three-point line as well. He's good from both. It goes along with what Kendall Kaut told us yesterday. They need to find someone who is in the portal. They need to find people that have traits that are elite. All right, we told you yesterday, I was talking about Caden Mingo. There's also Dylan Mingo, who's out there again. Okay, this is perfect. I do love doing things on the fly. I now get a text from young Brett Decker. Kevin, you'll enjoy this too. Kevin Hoosier Hall, who's with me up here producing today. Can we do 2:30? I'm in an Uber, and there's a lot of traffic in Miami. What's he doing in Miami?
A lot of traffic in Miami. That's an understatement.
Well, okay, there you go. You went straight to that. Why don't we tell him, you bet. I'll just tell him we'll look for him. Of course, I did have somebody, a possible live guest at 2:30, but that's okay. That's okay. This person that may be coming by will totally understand. It is a major Baylor administrator. Okay. Why don't we tell him? I'm going to tell him to jump on at like 2:25, so we can just make sure he's kind of ready to roll. Okay. Kev, with what we're kind of dealing with, will we be good with our guest? Is that, do you think we'll be?
Yeah.
Okay, Brett, I need like a.
Yeah, with Brett?
Real, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. There were some, you may have noticed there were some hiccups early. All right, so the Cowboys moving up to 6, what would that mean? And it seems to, everybody seems to be thinking that it means Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. Now, Kev, you might remember Sonny Styles when we last saw him in the combine, at the combine, 4.46 40, 43.5 vertical. He is 6'5", 244 pounds with good size arms. Kevin, we make a lot about length of arms. What do we care? Do we care about off the ball linebackers when it comes to arm length? Yeah. You still have to go up against the lineman. You still have to shred. Or shed, I should say. I'd like to shred a little bit. This is what he needs to do. He is a former safety, and when you look at this young man, you go, how? How is he playing safety? How is a 6'5", and again, he wasn't as big at that point, but I guarantee you he was already probably 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". He is now 6'5", 244 pounds, and runs a 4.46. Oh, there he is, Kev. I can see it on the monitor.
I got you.
Our man, Sonny Styles. And you go, what about Orville Reese? What about Reuben Bain? What about this guy? What about Caleb Downs? Hey, they're all in play. They're all in play because, again, there's no – just because the mockers have the Cowboys moving up to number 6, it doesn't mean that the team they're all predicting is going to go, yeah, we want to come back. Maybe they like Sonny Styles. Maybe they'd love to have Sonny Styles. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they will be looking to move down. Let me remind you, his senior year at Ohio State, 82 tackles, 3 pass breakups, 1 sack. You go, well, could he go over there and play the edge? I mean, he's got the size. I mean, I think he's probably got the size. You can line him up wherever you want. I would say when I was studying him, looking at film, and then reading about him leading up to this draft, which is a week from tomorrow. The thing I kind of saw is not great as a blitzer. Now, again, compared to who? Compared to, Reuben Bain? Compared to some of these top pass rushers? He's... The only negatives I saw were that he's can be a little stiff in the hips and maybe not the greatest blitzer. Well, guess what? He wasn't asked to blitz a whole lot. So I think that's a part of his game the Cowboys could look to unlock. All right, Cowboys number 6. And then, Kev, make sure we've launched our I have to say I deleted our Twitter feed when it wasn't not all together. Okay. I'm just saying when it wasn't kind of like when we weren't totally operational earlier. I kind of hit delete on our live feed. Yeah, so do what you need to do to make sure our Twitter people can be out there with us. We love our audience here at the Brazos Landing. In fact, one of my great friends, another one of our unbelievable sponsors, Schmaltz's, Nelson Rue, came by. He's having a cold one out by the river as we speak. I don't know if our PA goes out there. Look at him. He's just out there looking over the river as we speak. He finally, Kev, he's fully retired. He's cut ties, but he'll always have ties to the great Schmaltz. We're so appreciative of them. And then, of course, Brett Tolley, who's the new owner of Schmaltz's, and so we're appreciative of that. We're very appreciative. And in fact, they've brought out and if I start taking a bunch of breaks, Kevin, you'll know that I'm just basically trying to eat here at the Brazos Landing. I love the salads. I like the way they do their chicken. I like it a little bit blackened sometimes. I like the strawberries on the salad. I like to get a little Parmesan, and then I even like they've got like a kind of a spinach type salad that I love. But boy, they're known for a lot. The Bang Bang shrimp is one thing that I know them for, and then the incredible BLT. And then it looks like somebody's come in here, maybe getting a little order to go. You can do that too, but I would prefer you just sit down, sit a spell. And the newly renovated that back patio overlooking the river. Wow. I like the look. I like the colors. I like the color scheme. I like the decor. I like everything about it. So this is one of the many reasons, and in fact, I'm coming back this weekend for a fraternity alumni event, and I'm just going to come straight to Brazos Landing. I'll just come straight in here. All right. I hope Becky's actually hearing some of this. She's over there telling a story as we speak, Becky Lindsay. But anyway, great to be with you today. Appreciate our Twitter audience. Thousands usually gather on Twitter. Make sure you sign up for YouTube. All right. Go ahead and go over and subscribe to YouTube. And we'd love to have you there. And then you can put your comments in, and Kevin can flash those on the screen, and we can respond to some of that. All right, so what would happen if the Cowboys moved up to 6? Well, in Mel Kiper's scenario, Kev, the Cowboys would give up 12 and 20 and to come up the board to 6. And then they would get the Browns. It's the Browns. I think it's the Browns. Their number 39 pick overall. So the Cowboys would then have the 39 pick. And remember, they got that in the Osa trade. They got that third-round pick, the number 92 pick. So it's kind of nice to add all these picks. You go, oh, man, they're giving up their 20th pick. I don't know. Do we really believe that the 20th pick is like hugely different than the number 39 pick? If you do, I understand. If you're mad about this, and again, they haven't done it yet, but I understand. If you think that, oh my gosh, there's going to be this enormous fall off from 20 to 39, I don't know that I do. I don't know that I believe that. Now, he has the Cowboys, and who knows if he'll be here. Taking with number 39, T.J. Parker, defensive end out of Clemson. All right, sack totals came down this year. That's a little worrisome. I will tell you, over the last 3 seasons, 114 pressures. And Joe Klanderman, the Clandy man, was here today, the Baylor's new defensive coordinator. And the coaches all watch this show, and I appreciate it. Saw Coach Bavital. It was great to catch up with him. Kevin, that number just for one man, 114 pressures. Think about how many pressures the Baylor team had last year. It was not a lot. T.J. Parker, pretty good. Pretty good for Clemson. So let's keep an eye on that. Also wanted to add, from a Baylor standpoint, since we always have the Baylor crowd. Look at the to-go. What do you think you got in there? Do you think you got some hush puppies? I would like some hush puppies to go today. I would like that if anybody's hearing me. Love what they do here at the Brazos Landing, hard by the Brazos. Baylor walk-off win last night in baseball. That was a really good team they're playing. UTSA's got a great program. Last year in the NCAA tournament, they disposed of those Texas Longhorns. All right, they sent them packing. Pat Hallmark does a great job there at UTSA. It is a great program. Bears and John was on the call last night. John Morris. Bears looked like in extras they were going to go down. It was like 11th inning. They're down 9-7, and Tice Armstrong pokes one out of there. Boom. You got a tie ball game, and then they win that sucker in the bottom of the 12th, I think it was. But that was huge. And I think our man Dylan, was it Dylan? What is Dylan's last name? Dylan
Sanders? No, it's Travis Sanders. Okay,
you're making things up, but you at least kind of were close to naming the shortstop. It was Dylan. Is it Dylan? It's not Dylan Hernandez. Anyway, it was a big moment for the Bears late in that one. I was up monitoring on social media. It was late into the evening, although I thought John looked pretty spry. I think he was able to go home, get a little sleep, that kind of thing. I know Tom Barfield and Derek had to be excited on the call. Bears find a way to win that one, and I believe the final was 12-11. 12-11, Bears beat UTSA.
That's Travis Sanders.
No, but he's the shortstop.
Yeah.
I thought it was. You're saying he had the game-winning hit?
You were talking about the other shortstop for UTSA.
I don't know.
Okay.
I saw Dylan have a big moment late in the game, and I was that's what I was picking up on. I will say, speaking of your man, Travis Sanders, late in that game, he made a really nice on a tricky hop. He gets the hop. He tags the runner, and he gets a double play when the Bears needed to get out of something late. Those Tuesday night games can get wild on you. You can get some high scores, although I will say our friend Grayson Murray came into that ball game, and one of those late innings, fairly late innings, put out the fire. He went boom, boom, boom. I mean, he got him sat down in a hurry. If you can do that in one of those big, where there's a ton of runs being scored, that's great. Well, look at Scott over there, big time. All right, so we have a lot going on. We have major guest at 2:30, and let's remember that's Brett Decker Jr., who's transferring into Baylor from Liberty, all right? We'll ask him about what is it about these religious schools. Did you go for the highest dollar, or did you go with the best fit? I think this is a really good fit for Brett Decker, okay? And, again, you want players in the portal who do something, elite. And I would say this person does, and that is shooting the three. One more bit of breaking news that happened a little bit after our show yesterday. Baylor wing Cam Carr entered the NBA draft, plans to stay in the draft, projected top 20 pick, emerged as one of the best players in the country this year, averaging around 19 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. He's an elite shot blocker for what he does as a wing. When he gets to the combine in the NBA, it's gonna be off the charts. I do find this interesting, Kev, that we kind of went from saying, well, we got a better chance of him staying than Tunde, to flipping it, and now we got a way better chance of Tunde staying in college, and we have no chance of Cam Carr staying in college. It's interesting how these things change. All right, and and I was led to believe. By the way, Kevin, you've lived everywhere. I just wanted to tell you, Brett Decker Jr., no, not Indiana, but he did spend time, his youth, in Kentucky. He was nominated for Mr. Basketball. Kentucky, Central Hardin High School. And you know who will like that is John Morris, who is a Kentuckian. Yeah, so...
All right.
There you go. But Brett Decker will join us, even with a little bit of hazy weather today. People out on the Bear Trail doing their thing, and I used to make my way around the Bear Trail, although I don't remember this nice offshoot, this nice area next to the river. I did live right out here, Kev. If you go out Martin Luther King, you get out kind of next to the river, and there's some apartments out there. It's out by, there's like a pizza restaurant on the river now, and it used to be like Miller's Family Steakhouse out there or something, and that's where I lived when I was in law school, okay? I know folks are very interested in kind of hearing about my past, I'm sure. Okay, Kev, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're back on track. Let's do some Campus Confidential. Let's do that next.
At Schmaltz's Sandwich Shop, we don't just make sandwiches, we build them with fresh ingredients, bold flavors, and homemade baked bread every single day. Toasty on the outside, goodness on the inside. Schmaltz's Sandwich Shop in Waco is locally owned and operated since 1975 with 2 locations in Waco, Town West off Valley Mills and downtown off 5th Street. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or just a craving, we got the perfect bite waiting for you.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years $3, 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
It's the Restore Clarity Focus Patch, my little secret weapon for staying sharp, focused, and on task. Each box comes with simple instructions inside, so you always know exactly how to apply it. Each patch lasts for 3 days. I love that I can wear it all day.
But boy, it looked effortless.
Man, watch this.
Layups, floaters, threes. He was like an unsolvable equation.
I was born like this.
His resilience, his strength, his belief, adversity never stood a chance.
Know your power.
It is the Mosey Show, rolling on a Wednesday afternoon. It's a gray, hazy day. But, boy, people are coming out, and they're on the deck out here at the Brazos Landing. Some of them are inside. I'm at the Bourbon Street Bar. Really, just tying one on here. No, I'm having my half-and-half iced tea, and just was working on that's the thing you didn't have to worry about in radio, Kev, is like getting something in your teeth, right? And that blackened chicken, I kind of like to blacken it a little bit, and then I get it on like a harvest salad, but get some Parmesan cheese on there just to give it a little accent, and strawberries, and man, they make great stuff here. I mean, it is the grilled cheese I would recommend. The BLT is a favorite of mine. The chicken parm, people just rave about the chicken parm here. In fact, some of the members of the Baylor football community recently were just like, that may be the best chicken parm I've ever had. All right, so come over to the Brazos Landing, right over here at MLK. Kind of, you take that MLK exit if you're coming in. I think the other way you could do it, if you're coming north, you would take the University exit, kind of loop back around to it. But however you want to do it, okay? We just want to have you over here. I'm looking to see, one issue right now that I see, Kev, is on our Sports Center. There's too much WrestleMania happening. I don't know what all that's about. I've got zero interest in that.
ESPN now has the rights to it. So
yeah. Well, good for them. I'm sure that'll whatever, that'll pay off in spades. And we've got a lot of NBA action. Got these play-in games, which are kind of fun, and then we get the full-on playoffs going, and what a fun time of year. I like watching these series. I like getting into the series. I'm sorry, Kevin, your team, the Pacers, certainly sitting this one out. They've done a good job putting themselves in position from a tanking standpoint.
Yes.
And Mavericks now, I forget when this is happening, but they've got to do a coin flip to see who finishes like between 6 and 7. All right, people do the joke or whatever. But they got to do a coin flip, and then of course it'll just kind of be their lottery amount. But you never know who could win the lottery, just like the Mavs did it last year. I was trying to think, Kevin, of who that young man was that had come to hang out and watch us today out on the patio, and then I just realized it's our boss out there. It's just everybody in this company likes to wear a backwards cap, including you. Yeah. I'm the only one that has certainly grown out of that. The club. J-Mo and I trying to be the adults in the room. Okay, I'm not great at that. These young men have enjoyed everything, but surely they'll wait. They want to hear Brett Decker, the new Baylor player. Hate to see them miss out on that. Brett Decker, Baylor's newest young guard, big-time three-point shooter out of Liberty, will be joining us around 2:30. The young man's moving around town right now in Miami, and I don't know. I mean, are they off at Liberty? And how long would it take him to get? Where is Liberty? Lynchburg, Virginia. How long a trip is that to Miami? I mean, that's I think Brett's hopefully having a great time there in Miami. But anyway, It'll be fun to catch up with him. Big-time three-point shooter. The Bears have added. I started to say it a minute ago, Kev, and we're going to get to Campus Confidential, but I just wanted to tie something up yesterday. I was talking about one of the Mingo brothers. There's Caden Mingo, who's at Penn State. There's Dylan Mingo, who's a top point guard, one of the top point guards in the country, who will be a freshman this coming season. All right? The Mingo brothers could end up being some sort of package deal. I will just say Baylor was involved in the young Dylan Mingo's recruitment, and now I believe they're probably reaching out to Caden Mingo from Penn State, his older brother. Okay? The Mingo brothers. Kevin, I like these young guys, and I like some of the things they bring. I like the size. I like the way at least the older Mingo brother plays defense. And, I mean, I would not – a package deal where the Bears get both Mingo brothers, I would be down with that. I would be down with it. Meanwhile, Illinois and Indiana, just both of them just signed new 6'7" players, 6'9". It's just like every moment they're signing people. And we're led to believe that Louisville has had the greatest portal haul in the history of the transfer portal.
Right.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it. It's a good haul, and they've just added to it. I mean, they brought in somebody within the last few hours. And Kevin, if we don't give it to Jonathan Giovanni, he'll come after us. So we have to always be. But they've added somebody very recently. Let's see if we've had. I'm going to give you, before we start Campus Confidential, I'm going to give you one. Oh, and Baylor got a point guard yesterday, women's basketball. I don't want to give. I don't want to give that short shrift because she comes from Ole Miss.
That's my leadoff. So.
Oh, good. Okay, we don't want to step on your toes. I will just tell you that Pitt transfer Nojas Androidis has committed to Cal. All right, with earlier today. All right, 6'5" Lithuanian sophomore broke out the final 2 months of the season shooting 41% from three in ACC play. Can you imagine? Pitt transfer. Pitt. You're from Pitt, and you want to go to Cal. What has the world come to? I mean, Pitt used to be such a respectable basketball program, and you got kids trying to go to Cal Berkeley. Why would they do that? Looked like Cal Berkeley may have discovered a little cash sitting around. That is usually what explains these things. St. John's also added a player, but I would like to turn things over to Kevin Hoosier Hall for a little Campus Confidential.
All right. So I wanted to first get your thoughts on the new Baylor point guard, Trinity Turner.
You got a picture there?
Yeah, okay. I do. Mm-hmm.
All right. Georgia.
And, of course,
because I talked about somebody from Ole Miss. I'm sorry. I mixed up two players.
Well, the day before they got Tiana Thompson.
Yes.
So.
Yes, excited about her.
Yeah.
Give me this young lady's name one more time. Turner. Trinity Turner.
So, two double T names.
Okay.
Back to back.
I have been watching. I'm not saying I watched all Georgia's games, but Baylor has had some success with former SEC players. Talia is currently one of those. Averaged about 20 points a game for the Bears. All right? These SEC players tend to be on the move. I noticed one LSU player is now on the TCU roster. I'm not saying she was one of the best players on the team, but she was a player for LSU, and she played some. There's a good combination of things that I like. I like that on one hand from Ole Miss they got like a 5'10" guard, and then to complement that, I believe this young lady is 5'6". And you go, Matt, why are you so well with women's basketball? You still have like Olivia Miles, some of these great Baylor players over the years. Some of these great point guards, there is a place for the 5'6", 5'7" player. All right? Even this year, some of the Baylor guards, I know it was kind of up and down, but there still is a place for great smaller guards, But I would say the women's game needs and demands some bigger guards as well. Baylor has gotten both with these last two moves. So I've seen 3 portal additions. I've seen some departures, which is always sad. But they need help. They need scoring punch. They need ball handlers. I would say, Kev, if I was trying to figure out how do I address Baylor women's basketball, like what was the biggest thing that went wrong? And it wasn't all wrong. I would say cut down on the turnovers. In these big games, when you've got like 20 to 20-something turnovers, that is not the way you get it done. All right? Preacher, take it easy. We have a few folks that have wrapped up their late lunch, and they have to move on. Some people have to get back to work. Others just want to hang out with us, all right, and not work. And we're appreciative of that. The bar right now, some openings up here at the Bourbon Street Bar. All right, we'd love to see you.
Well,
and, go ahead. What do you?
Alan Jackson said you could make this lunch hour last all afternoon if you wanted to.
Alan Jackson, the great singer, songwriter.
Yeah. So,
I think some of those guys like Clint Black and Alan, and they were great. Vince, but they were a little bit overshadowed because of Garth, because they were in that same time as Garth, and Garth was such a monster.
You heard Willie
ate up a lot of the.
You heard Willie's coming back to Baylor, right?
Yeah, I think we waited a little bit long on that, but I'm glad we finally have made it happen. We were a little bit reluctant because of some of Willie's off-the-field activities over the years to truly embrace him, and maybe we are finally doing so. He was a former Baylor student. I would not call him a Baylor alum. Don't feel like we may have given him an honorary degree. But, yeah, you talk about a party that I would like to crash, a May 14th gathering at the Baylor ballpark out there with Willie and friends. I don't care if he plays for 30 seconds. I don't care if he plays one song. I am going to be present for Willie and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be excited about that. Is John still here? Goodness gracious, look at him over there. It's a man that just puts on a beautiful Baylor golf shirt and he just goes to work in the morning. Okay.
The other question I have then is what are your thoughts on the Iowa football violations that came out and vacating games because of it?
Those never matter. I mean, it was 1 year that they're vacating where they got off to a pretty decent start. What I think is funny is, like, will Iowa State count that now? The Cyhawk rivalry game. Will Iowa State try to count that game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely they will.
Okay.
They'll take any opportunity they can.
You know, Ferentz got caught here and his staff, and they were doing remind me what they were up to. Was it some impermissible? It's like we're getting back to the old day. Oh, it was tampering. Yeah, there was tampering.
Impermissible contact with Cade McNamara.
Yeah, that's it. Cade, who ended up starting about like 4 games for him before he got hurt. Cade got off to a decent start. Where was Cade before that? Where was Cade? Cade McNamara was sitting over at it was somewhere decent. Michigan, I think. Cade McNamara was on the Michigan roster, and they said, we'd like to bring Cade in. Now, the problem was they were reaching out to him in November. Now, how many different schools do something exactly like this? Oh, I would put the number at about 100. 100 D1 programs is about what I would say. But the old Iowa Hawkeyes, unfortunately, got caught and took one on the chin. Just a reminder, by the way, at about 2:30 today, Brett Decker Jr., Baylor's newest addition, is going to. Now, when Brett's on with us, Kev, will he be able to see me as well? I'll see him on this monitor here.
Yep, that's right.
Because we're at the Brazos Landing.
Yep.
I'm going to tell Brett about the Brazos Landing. You know, I just feel like it's a place that he'll enjoy.
Right. Once you want to
coming to
allow him to have the knowledge before he sets foot here. Yeah.
I like this kid. I mean, even before he's been on. Now, he may come on, and who knows, maybe. But he just seems like there was somebody recently who shall remain nameless that I met like at the pro day or something, and I was visiting, and he's like, yeah, I'll do that. Boy, you can't reach him. And then with Brett, it's like he's been in touch constantly. If there's an update, or if he's traveling, or he's in the Uber, he's constantly updating me. Let's see here. Oh, and this will be fun. Okay, our administrator who was stopping by. He's not going to make it over, which will actually, as much as I'd love to see him,
that works out.
Kev, it kind of works out because we had to move our guest to 2:30. But anyway, you know what's funny is I always find myself, and I'm bad about this, I think it'd be nice, right, to invite one of my friends over,
right,
administration or something, say, hey, I'm over here. But then they get on to me, next time will you give me more notice? I'm like, well, would have been better off not reaching out at all. So anyway, Kevin, I'm more of a spontaneous person, as you've well noticed. Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
What else do you have for me?
I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Because you brought up portal classes, and apparently Louisville is winning because Louisville had Flory Badunga and Jackson Shellstead from Oregon. But what about the IU portal class? Darren Harris from Duke, Jaden Mustaf from Georgia Tech, Marcus Burton, who actually is from Indiana, has his
Wait,
played
what was
his
the second guy you said? Marcus Burton. Before Marcus Burton.
Jaden Mustaf. From Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And Marcus Burton played his high school at Penn up in the northern Indiana region. And then they just got, and I may butcher this name, Samet Yugatogu.
I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and say you did butcher it.
I'm sure I did.
I've seen him play because he
7-2.
plays at SMU.
7-2.
Yeah, and he's not. He's okay. It's 7-2 if you can even pick up something.
Right.
If you can pick up and drink a nice tea, you're like, well, that guy might be okay.
So my real question is, with this portal class, who is this? Is this
Louisville?
This is Indiana versus the Louisville
wait.
2.
You're giving me Indiana versus Louisville.
Right.
I'm getting these people mixed up. But, okay, give me the Indiana group again.
All right. Darren Harris from Duke.
Yeah.
Jaden Mustaf.
Yeah.
Marcus Burton.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say Summit.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Indiana. The Burton thing, because when he was healthy, and you got to make sure he comes all the way back from this injury he suffered this past season. If this is the guy I'm thinking about, his sophomore year, he went off, and he was 22 or 22 a game. He's really good, and it's always interesting when you get an in-state move. When you get the move, 2 hours apart or whatever it is, and you just come right on down from South Bend to Bloomington. I think that's interesting. I think in star power, I would take the Louisville class just in terms because of those top two that they're getting, and then even the third. I think they got a threesome. Really interesting star-studded cast. I think for just fitting a lot of interesting pieces, if DeVries could put them together correctly, I might take Indiana over Louisville. I'm just saying Badunga immediately was the biggest name. Now, what's interesting to me is when Momcilovic from Iowa State went in the portal, they immediately put him as the best player in the portal.
Right.
I don't understand that. I still overall would find Flory Badunga to be a more impactful player than a player who can really, his only superpower is to shoot threes. It's a great superpower.
Yeah.
But he's not that great at driving or defending and doing all the other things. And yet they put him number one in the portal when all that happened.
Right.
So I found that to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, sir, what else do we have?
That's all I have. We can get into some probably more draft stuff wherever you want to take us from here.
What's that thing you call NFL?
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to maybe do what I call truth or trash.
Truth or trash involving NFL teams.
Right, because this is the time of the year, one of the times of the year, where you get a lot of news, and some of that may be fake news. And so I'll give you some scenarios, and then you have to determine whether that is a true statement or more of a trash statement.
Okay, I can do that. We could do that. And just a reminder, will we break before we get Brett? Probably. One more break, perhaps. Brett Decker Jr. going to join us remotely, and that's supposed to happen at 2:30. The newest member. I wish Becky Lindsay would join me. Oh my goodness! Now that would be a good get right there. She seems to be.
She's going to bring me a drink, I think.
Oh, is that? Well, but I think she would also join me if I really begged. Yeah. She's been all over the podcasting world recently, and she's really good at it, I might add. All right, we'll do it. We'll talk some NFL. We'll do it next.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. NordVPN.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Welcome to Kitbag, the ultimate destination for football fans. Whether you're cheering for Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, or any other top club, for true football passion, think Kitbag. Visit kitbag.com today. That's KITBAG.com. Kitbag.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
We offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at bizchair.com to transform your business.
Circulon C1 Series Clad with Scratch Defense Non-Stick. Maximize cooking, minimize cleaning. Discover the unmatched durability and elegance scratch-free, worry-free, forever.
At Tusain's, we understand that maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. That's why our mission is to make fitness accessible to everyone, anywhere. Visit Tusains.com today and start your journey to better health. That's TOUSAINS.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farm, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
All right, welcome back in to the Brazos Landing. You've got some more time. I may hang out for a little while, even past 3 o'clock. If you want to come by and say hi, we have had people coming by. Had a great lunch crowd today. And then, of course, there'll be tremendous happy hour specials here hard by the Brazos. I showed up, Kevin, and like the offensive coordinator for Baylor was here, the defensive coordinator. What a day it was in that respect. Kev, we'll do
I did get to talk to Jake Spavital about my own PTSD with former Florida quarterbacks, and so we talked through that. We talked some Fernando Mendoza and different things like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you were kind. I did see. I'm just thinking about some breaking news today that this Georgia linebacker, C.J. Allen, some of them had a private workout. I even think, and I need to check in with Josh Cameron. He wasn't able to run at Pro Day because of an injury and not at the Combine. And I kind of want to see how he did. I think he had a private workout happening maybe today. And so I need to check on that. This 6'1", 230-pound Georgia junior skipped the speed testing at the Combine and Pro Day due to knee swelling. Today, at a private workout, 4.47. He put down a 4.47.
Wow.
The thought is that is extremely good for him. That's very impressive.
That's about Sonny Styles, right?
That will grab. Yeah, Sonny Styles is 4.46. So
yeah, right in that neighborhood.
Yeah. So I've been on this NBA front. I've been watching this LaMelo Ball, and I watched the replay of it, and he did reach out and kind of try to trip Bam Adebayo, and it's kind of a I get it. Spoelstra's like he should have been tossed. I mean, that's an overtime game. That game went, Davion Mitchell from Baylor was awesome in this game. 28 points, 6 or 7 assists. He was great in that game. It was a cheap.
I think it's interesting, too, because this is not the first time these two have had an incident exactly like that, honestly.
Yeah.
There was another incident where.
You're right.
Yeah, same kind of deal.
Earlier today, I wanted to get a little. This is an extended college, and we got Brett Decker Jr. coming up about 2:30. The newest addition to the Baylor Bears. Hopefully, there'll be more coming soon. Well, people picked up my report. They said Mosley, reporter. They were like having me. They said Fox Sports is Mosley. I guess. I mean, technically, I do live. I do radio national, but they were calling me a Fox Sports Insider. I was like, okay, I don't think I've been that in a while. So and it was based on something that came from our show.
Okay.
About Jerome Tang having a path back to Baylor. I think there's a good chance it could happen. But sometimes Kev, Brandon, our friend Brandon will. He'll take a little snippet of what I've said during a show. And I'm like, is he going to find anything that I've said today worthwhile? And sure enough, something will break out and it'll make an impact. And the last I looked, that thing had around 14 to 15,000 views.
Wow.
On YouTube, that little piece that we did, or me talking about. So, yeah, Kev.
The one thing I hope is that you didn't hurt Jerome Tang's chance at getting his money.
I probably did.
That's the one thing I'm concerned about.
No, he'll be fine.
I don't want you to have to own him $19 million.
I'd find it. This is earlier today. Texas quarterback Arch Manning. He's been limited this spring from off-season foot surgery, but said today he feels ready to return. I feel 100% right now, said Manning, who has played sparingly in spring practices. We're kind of taking it slow. But if we had a game today, I'd be playing. He's done a few 7-on-7. Casey Lacey and Dia Bell have been the backup. Dia Bell is one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's now with those Texas Longhorns. Isn't it amazing that you can actually keep a kid on your roster and when they don't get to play immediately? But it does happen.
Well, I mean,
not in college basketball, but it does happen in college football.
Think of Oregon. I mean, they got Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola, and then still keeping Dante Moore. So it's possible.
Yeah, let's make sure Raiola shows up for opening week before we say too much about that. Manning is not likely to play in the annual spring game. It's like an open practice. They don't do spring games anymore, really. Did you see Colorado had a spring game? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody arrived. I thought you were going to take that phone call there. Manning.
It was about like what it was before Dion again.
It says Manning is not likely to play, but Sark said he expects him returning to practice in June, 100% ready to rock and roll. This again, Arch Manning. Manning went on to say, I think I could have had more fun, talking about last season. The first half of the season, I was pissed. I wasn't playing well, and it wasn't fun for me. And then I kind of sort of said, screw it, and had a little more fun and started winning some games. He said he was too hard on himself, which caused him to, quote, tighten up. All right? But somehow, again, we've all forgotten that, and we're back to saying he's the elite player, and you're going to be top 5 in the draft and all of that because he's a Manning. All right. He did say of that Cam Coleman, the great receiver they landed, he said he's an elite player. That's a wide receiver. And he wants to be good, which is the most encouraging thing Manning said of Coleman. He said he's going to try to get his receivers into New Orleans to work out. Quote, eat some good food, maybe go fishing. You think you can have a fun time if you're a Manning in New Orleans? Or can you even go out anywhere? Is it not fun? Like, I feel like Arch could go out in Bloomington, Indiana. I don't know if he can really go out in New Orleans, certainly not in Austin. Oh, come right on over here. Becky Lindsay, ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to be with her at Brazos Landing. Can you just peek in here? Peek in and wave. There she goes. She goes the wave. She's been doing so much podcasting lately.
We can see her in the reflection.
She's become a bit camera shy, but she is someone who actually brings a tremendous amount of wisdom, and that's why I'm calling her all the time to try to glean some of that wisdom and checking in with her, because the Lindsays are both great friends of mine. Okay. Now, let's do this real quick. It's 2:13. Mm-hmm. We got a major guest at 2:30, and I'm anxious to visit with him and kind of find out his old Kentucky home. He's from Kentucky. What do people do in Kentucky? Let's see. Bourbon? Yeah. Is that whiskey? Do I call it? Is it more bourbon or whiskey?
You could say both.
Whiskey? Okay. Whiskey tours. What else do they do?
It depends.
Horse racing.
Depends on if you're east or west, because there's the Eastern Appalachians, but then there's also Louisville and.
Well, let's figure out what town he's from, because I might have some related questions.
Right.
Some Brett Decker.
You should ask him how you say the town of Louisville.
Yeah, but I already know that.
But I want to see how he says it, since he's from Kentucky.
Well, he'll say it right.
Yeah.
I know. We don't need to get too far in the weeds on that kind of thing. Okay. Let's do this. I was just making sure we hadn't missed any NFL headlines as we get closer to the draft. As I said earlier today, Mel Kiper Jr. and others have predicted that the Cowboys will come moving up the board to number 6. I've seen them do it before. I saw them go from 14-6 for Mo Claiborne Jr. out of LSU. That did not work out. Kiper has a 2-round NFL mock draft. I saw Dane Brugler with a 7-round.
Yeah.
And Michael Trigg.
Yeah?
Michael Trigg ended up to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh.
A tight end.
Apparently they weren't concerned about his off-the-field stuff.
He's fine. You need to stop bringing that up. He's fine. He didn't call me back recently, but that's okay. I don't think that falls under the heading of off-the-field troubles. Doesn't talk to Mosley. So anyway, and then there's also some on ESPN.com, teams that should trade up or down. I like things like that.
How deep did you go into the Todd McShay mock?
Not that deep. I'm still
just within the.
Who'd
first
he have for
10,
the Cowboys?
I think there were 3 trades in the top 10.
Good. Now their final mock, they will back away from that. The final mock, they will not have as many trades. All right, and so that'll be what's happening. But they all have McShay, his old buddy Kiper, and who's the other one? Somebody else. God, we got to get our guy back on. I don't know when the right time is. Is it before, or do we like our draft experts prior to the draft or breaking down the draft? See, I like the post-draft
I like both.
coverage.
Let's do both.
Okay. Well, I mean, I gotta pick and choose with some of these guys.
One of them, because we've got to get 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So.
Although I used to have Jeremiah, and I actually used to hang out and talk all the time, and he came on with me every week in Dallas. And he's getting a little big for his britches. Okay, let's do this. NFL Truth or Trash. And this, what we're going to do is Kevin's going to bounce something again off of me.
Yep.
And this will be about, like, there's so much stuff blowing around out there. And there's a lot of misinformation. Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff happening out there. And so Kevin's going to bounce something, and I'll say, he'll say to me after he gives me the scenario, is that truth or trash? Mm-hmm. And then I'll be able to, and you say, what would Mosley be good at this game? Well, the answer, if I can pat myself on the back, is absolutely, because I've been covering this for a long time. And I've seen when there's a lot of smoke.
So here's the first one, okay, as a warm-up, okay? Reuben Bain, story came out about his car wreck that he had, I don't know, a year or two ago, and that is going to hurt his draft stock. Is that truth or trash?
Well, doesn't help. I'm going to lean trash on this because, like, what happens in a lot of these things, then all the insiders go, oh, yeah, this has been known. Yeah. This has been out there. I
think that's kind of the sentiment.
Yeah, but the sentiment is that the teams all know.
Right.
Now, I don't think he has been particularly interested in explaining or talking about it with teams.
Yeah.
And that's not great. That's not great. I mean, Dak had a uncharacteristic, I'm trying to think, it was a drinking related allegation or arrest, sometime before the draft. Mm-hmm. Not right before the draft, but let's say either sometime before his senior season at Mississippi State or sometime around then.
Yeah.
And they sent Wade Wilson, God rest his soul, they sent him to campus to kind of feel that out and investigate and see, and Wade fell in love with the kid and stood on the table for him. And that is one of the reasons that he ended up to the Cowboys in the 4th round. Stuff happens. Now, this one, if you don't know the story, he was driving and a passenger was killed. Now, not killed on the spot, but sadly was in a coma, I think, for a couple of months, and then eventually died. It was a young lady that was visiting from another school, and she was in town, and they were all hanging out, and she lost her life as a result of, and I think at the time, Kev, was he cited for reckless driving, I believe? Yeah.
There were charges in the whole thing, and then eventually the charges were dropped, which is always a little suspicious to me with athletes. But
yeah. But we should all be so lucky. We would like to get, if something ever happens with us, we would like to see it dropped, So you never know. You never know. He either had great attorneys, the facts of the case were in his corner, I don't know. But the case did get dropped, but that's a very scary situation, and I would say it is a red flag. Is it like what happened to the old Cowboys offensive lineman who ended up being a starter for them and ended up getting a nice big contract eventually for the Cowboys? He was a first-round talent out of LSU and ended up not being drafted based on having had a relationship with somebody and something bad happening. And it turned out that he didn't have anything to do with it, but it crushed his draft stock. This is not going to happen to Reuben Bain.
All right, so just real quick to wrap that up then, which hurts his stock more? That wreck or his arm length?
Arm length.
Okay. There we go. All right, one more, and then we got to head to break, so we're ready for Brett Decker. Jeremiah Love will be gone by pick number 5. Truth or trash?
What did Kuiper say on Jeremiah Love? Where did he have him?
I think everyone has him going 4 to the Titans. Wow. Now, just keeping in mind that if you draft a running back that high, I think I mentioned this, that he instantly becomes one of the top paid running backs, and he has to step in as a rookie. Now, he is a dual threat for sure out of the backfield, and you're trying to bring Cam Ward ahead if you're the Titans, but it is a risk that you would take, taking a running back that early in the pay scale in the CBA. And
I think I love the player. I think it's a bad move to take him that high. I still wouldn't take a running back no matter who he is, and he's a good one. I'm going to say it's not going to happen. He's going to fall out of the top 5.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right. Okay. We have time for another one.
Okay.
All right. Aaron Rodgers will make this is stuff that I've heard. Aaron Rodgers will make an announcement that he is going to stay with the Steelers while at the draft in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
He's going to make that.
Okay, I'm going to say trash because I think here, knowing him, he'll try to drag this out even longer, and that's coming up quick. That's a week from tomorrow. So I will say trash. It's not going to happen. I love the scenario. Do people think he's going to do it? Is that the sentiment you're seeing out there?
That it may, be that kind of, Aaron Rodgers may be that kind of person that wants to take the draft and make it about him. Yeah,
you're not wrong on that front. But in this case, I think he'll let Pittsburgh and their beloved Steelers host. Oh, I'd like to be there for that. As we get closer, I kind of like to be in that. I may go ahead and send in a credential.
There you go.
Request. We should be there.
We should.
Yeah. Come to think of it. No, it's honestly, there's other places we should be before that.
So follow up to that. Even if Rodgers does stay, the Pittsburgh Steelers will take a quarterback at 21. Truth or trash?
Trash. Yeah.
Okay.
I think sometimes those quarterbacks like Simpson do get shoved up, but I think they'll be more interested in someone in like the 4th or 5th round.
Okay.
And there'll be several quarterbacks because I think there's going to be if Simpson is taken in the 1st round, I think there's going to be a long break. And I don't think another quarterback will be taken
I will say
until
that
the 4th round.
There is a lot of talk of Ty Simpson going to the Steelers, and yet I feel like everybody forgot that they drafted Will Howard last year?
Yeah, but I just don't think people have that much faith in him.
I know.
I'd love to see
Former
it.
national champion.
Liked him. I know, and I think they kind of like him a little bit, but not enough to say, we don't need a quarterback. They'll show you in the 4th round, and they'll take their developmental guy, or they'll trade for Shedeur Sanders. No, I'm just. Oh man. Okay, any minute now he'll be joining us. It is Baylor's newest guard from the portal, from the Liberty Flames? From Liberty University, Brett Decker Jr. joins us next.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for it.
This year I made
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
This year year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
At Schmaltz Sandwich Shop, we don't just make sandwiches, we build them with fresh ingredients, bold flavors, and homemade baked bread every single day. Toasty on the outside, goodness on the inside. Schmaltz Sandwich Shop in Waco is locally owned and operated since 1975 with 2 locations in Waco, Town West off Valley Mills and downtown off 5th Street. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or just a craving, we got the perfect bite waiting for you.
Everybody at Ecolife really has a passion and a real interest in helping people feel well. How much further can we go to get you feeling even better? It is a complete partnership between the two of us.
What if you could clean clean? With bio-based formulas and deep cleaning enzymes. No dyes, phthalates, or mystery ingredients. Just powerful pods for your dishes and laundry. Now you can, with drops. Made clean, made to clean.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
I am obsessed with helping business owners increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. It's this amazing platform where people are looking for ideas, inspiration. They have a problem and they're actively looking for a solution.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at auraorganic.com.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. NordVPN.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
All right. We've got, it's Mosley, and we're back at the Brazos Landing. And our man is, yes, he's getting ready to join us any minute here. And then we'll just pull him right up on our monitor. Oh, there he is with a nice background there. He's like in some kind of forest there under the trees. Brett Decker Jr., Baylor's newest addition, out of Liberty. Welcome, sir, to the Mosey Show. This is a big. We're excited to have you. Are you in? Man, that almost looks like you're in Coral Gables or somewhere. Are you in Miami right now? What's going on?
Yes, sir. That's actually where I'm at right now.
Oh, man, I just don't want you to be over there looking at a different school or something, okay?
Oh, no.
I got worried for a second. Well, how are things, man? Congratulations. Your commitment to the Bears, was that a whirlwind experience for you? What was your first portal? What was that like going into the portal? How quickly did things move, and how many schools did you kind of have to talk to? Because I know there was a lot of interest in you immediately.
Yeah, I mean, into the portal. There was a lot of calls. Like the first morning, I probably had like 25 schools reach out. But Baylor was always like my top 3. Scott Drew and his culture that he has. Obviously, he won a championship in 2021, so that stood out to me a lot. So I appreciate him.
Who was your first point of contact? Was it Scott? Was it Tweedy? Who'd you talk to first, and who are you already kind of getting to know on this Baylor staff?
The first one was Coach Drew, and then Coach Carter called me like right after that, and them two been contacting me every day since.
So there's been a lot of contact and kind of getting ready and all. And when are you looking to get to Waco? I'm sure they want you here for the summer, but you got to finish up classes, I'm sure, and all of that. Do you have some kind of program there you're doing in Miami? I was thinking that's a fun place to visit. But yeah, when will you be able to come to the Baylor campus?
I think I'll be down there this weekend, just to visit. But I'll move in probably like late May, I think.
Okay.
What they want. Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to finish everything about Liberty.
On Waco, what do you know about Waco, Texas? Anything? I mean, you're a man from Kentucky. Have you had any exposure to anywhere in Texas?
I've been to Dallas. I don't know much about Waco. I guess I'll see when I get there.
Okay. Dallas is where I live, so that's a good start. You're about an hour and a half down the road. We'll get you indoctrinated in all the things you need to learn about kolaches and all the different things. Man, your three-point shooting has been elite, and it goes all the way back to when you were in high school there in Kentucky. What do you attribute that to, Brett? Was that hours and hours in the gym? Was that already in junior high? Were you kind of known for that? How did that come about, and who was kind of instrumental in helping you get to where you are as a three-point shooter?
Yeah, freshman year of high school, I really couldn't shoot. But like after that year, I started working very, very hard on my game, hours and hours with my dad. My dad helped me a lot. Shot. I think I made like 800 threes a day, and it popped off from there.
800 threes a day.
Something like that. Yes.
Was your dad a good shooter? Was he a baller?
He did not play basketball. He played football. My dad helped me a lot to achieve my dreams, and I appreciate that a lot.
All right. And then what was it about Liberty, they're growing up in Kentucky? What was the choice to go there, and why was that the right fit for you? Because, I mean, looking at you really broke out this past season. But you had the steady growth. What was the choice to go to Liberty, and what has it meant to you in kind of your development process?
Coach McKay, he means a lot to me. The first day I met him, I just felt like it was family. And I went on a visit, and I was like, you know what? I feel like this is the right choice, and I committed. And then being there, the development process. They helped me a lot with a lot of things on and off the court, and it's helped me a lot.
Now, you also have some athleticism. We talk about the three-pointer, but in some of those highlights, I'll see you get in the lane and explode up there and get a dunk. Is that something that's kind of come about even in the past year, that you've added some of that to your game?
Yeah, I mean, high school, I could dunk a lot. I didn't really dunk that much this year, but I can get up there for sure. I'm athletic. I'll probably show that a lot next year, though.
Uh-huh. And what is the part of your game that you feel like when the Baylor talks to you, hey, we want you to grow? They kind of like the interchangeable positionless basketball, so I could see you bringing the ball up at times. You'll play off the ball. When they talk to you about here is where we're going to help you get, Brett, what do they say? What are those areas? And I would think defense will be probably in that equation as well.
They said, they want me to improve on the ball a little bit. I didn't do that much at Liberty, but I can do it. And they said I'm improving on defense too to help me get to the next level.
All right, now you're coming to another religious school. You kind of like these religious schools. Have you, at Liberty, did you have to take, at Baylor, we used to have to take Old Testament and New Testament. I think now they just call it like scriptures or something like that. Did you have those at Liberty that you had to take?
Oh yeah, we had them Old Testament, New Testament, spreading the Bible. Yeah, stuff like that.
Did that come up in your conversations with Baylor? Like, hey, this might be a pretty good spot for you coming from a religious school?
Yes, that was in it a little bit. Yeah. I like that though.
Man, it's when I think about like 44% from three, that's a great number. You almost did the old 45, 90. That's the thing everybody wants to try to get. What's the third one I'm missing? You want the free throw?
50, 40, 90, right?
50, 40, 90, yeah. You could get, do you feel like you could get there?
Oh, yeah, I feel like I can get there for sure. I feel like my whole career at basketball, I feel like I've been right there. So hopefully I can achieve it next year.
Is that free throw shooting, is that something you still, even though you're really good at it, you put a ton of time in at the line? I'm just trying to, when somebody gets to where they can shoot 90% for a season, that's a huge number. And you want people that can do that to get fouled more. So is that going to be part of your game, you feel like, trying to get to the line more?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Get the easy points, get into the line. Definitely need to get there way more than I did. And I feel like I will.
What was your biggest moment at Liberty, would you say, like this past season? I remember, I think y'all put it on FAU. I've got friends with that program, and I'm sure you had a really good game there. Was there one game, either in conference or non-conference, that really stood out to you where you kind of had your biggest breakout game?
I would say as a team, I feel like the Dayton game, at Dayton, sold out crowds, going in there and breaking their home winning streak. I think it was like 33 game non-conference. And we went in there and broke it. And after that, we went on an 18 game win streak.
Do you kind of like the opposing going into those crowds and trying to, hush them up a little bit? Is that something you enjoy?
Oh, yeah, I love that. The crowd was hype in there, and then we went on a little run at the end. It was a little quiet. We loved that. So.
Yeah. All right, so how much does the state of Kentucky mean to you? Coming from there, playing high school ball, are you into any of the things? You being a Liberty and now a Baylor guy, you can't be into those like Bourbon Trail, and you're not, I don't know if you're quite old enough yet to partake in that. So I'll stick with like horse racing. Is like everybody in the state into that? And have you been to the Kentucky Derby?
I wouldn't say everybody's into it. The last couple of years I've been watching it a little bit. I think I'm gonna go this year and check it out in person. Be my first time. See how I like it.
Do you have that in your wardrobe? Do you have the seersucker jacket and everything you might need to go to the Derby?
Yeah, I got some nice attire I can wear there. I'll pull it out my closet. It hasn't been worn a lot.
Yeah. What was playing basketball there in Kentucky like? You were nominated for Mr. Basketball. You came out of there. What was that? What was it? How competitive was it, and how much has that helped form you playing at Central Hardin High School?
It was very competitive. We had a lot of guys going high major. Good competition every night, I feel like. And it's the guys around me that on my team made me a better person. So I appreciate that.
What was it about Baylor? You said 25 schools reached out to you. For Baylor to kind of come forward, it has to be more about just the bottom line, because there are probably a lot of people like, hey, we'll pay you some pretty good money here. Was there something about Coach Drew or even their pitch that really stood out to you the most?
Oh, yeah. All the coaches were talking to me on the phone, but Coach Drew actually came down to Miami and saw me. And that really meant a lot to me. That he's taking time out of his day to come see me, and it meant a lot.
What are you doing in Miami?
So my agency, Excel, it's in Miami. We're just working out the pre-draft guys.
Oh, okay.
It's trying to get better.
I gotcha. Okay. So are you getting, can you still get evaluated for the draft while doing all this? How's that work?
No, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not doing the draft. It's just like before they go to the combine and stuff, just trying to get ready and sharpen their like numbers and stuff.
Once they see your shooting form, I'm afraid they might try to grab you there in the draft. Now, who do you? I mean, when it comes to shooters, everybody's going to say Steph, right? But is there anybody? And you can say him. But is there anybody you've kind of tried to emulate over the years? Is there an NBA player or somebody you've really looked up to, or maybe even somebody from your area that made it big? Is there anybody that you love watching and you found yourself trying to emulate some of either their moves or their shooting or something?
Actually, we had a player last year on my team, Taylor Peter. He's actually helped me a lot with my mechanics and just getting ready before you shoot it, like just getting shot ready. It's helped me a lot. So I appreciate him for that. He's on the Pacers right now too.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
How strict is Liberty? Like, did you have a curfew? And back in the day, some of those schools used to have a chaperone to go out on a date. I think maybe they've kind of relaxed a little bit of that. There's still some. Did you have like curfew, or once you had your own apartment, you did?
Yeah, so freshman year, you have to live on campus. And, every day, 12 o'clock curfew. Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Wednesday and Friday, I make sure your bed's made and stuff like that. Make sure you're not like the convocation on Wednesday and Friday because you'll get fined. So it was a little strict.
Okay. Baylor's a little bit more relaxed than that, all right? And they won't be checking, like, your Sunday school attendance. Although we'd love for you to go, right? Now, conditioning-wise, like, what are you working on the most right now? I know you're getting up shots. I would think you're also working, on a lot of different things. But, like, what, with your agency and then the folks you're working with there in Miami, what has been the big point of emphasis? And, like, what are you trying to maybe do to your body heading into next season?
I'm definitely trying to get stronger. The Big 12, bigger, faster, stronger. So trying to get stronger on the court. Trying to improve my off-dribble shooting, come off the screens and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all.
Okay. So how many shots a day are we talking about?
I haven't really counted, but we're getting 2 workouts in every day. So I had to count next time.
Okay. Best you've ever done in an open gym, or however you want to call it, but no defense, when you're shooting 100 threes. And I'm sure you try to do that just to challenge yourself. What's the best you've ever done?
Trying to think. We done this at Liberty one time. It was like 80-something. Forgot.
80-something, yeah. That's not bad.
It was like 80 at 100, 80-something at 100. I forgot.
That's not a bad percentage. Yeah. It's always like when you watch NBA, pregame, right? And you're just like, wait, these guys literally never miss. But I guess you get, in your mentality, is the best kind of mentality to almost start treating it like a free throw, in a sense. Like, it just gets that ingrained that, like, and by the way, have you worked with anybody ever, like, on the mental side of the game? Do you like learning about that, or is there anybody that's ever helped you on that side of things?
Yes, an NBA trainer named Phil Beckner. He trains with a lot of guys. He helps them with their mindset and stuff like that. So I've talked to him a lot the past year.
All right. Well, I'm hearing about this Baylor staff. I don't know exactly how it'll end up, but it looks like it's going to be like, they're adding some great people. They already have people like Tweedy and Scott and others, and it's going to be, I think, pretty incredible staff. So you're coming to a good place. So you've got my number now if you need restaurant suggestions or anything. We're at the Brazos Landing today. I would put that first on your list, okay? That's
okay, for sure.
If you like seafood, you like a good steak or something like that, and you got a good view of the river, the Brazos River. What's the river Liberty's on? What is that river? Isn't there a river over? I'm putting it on.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's Lynchburg, right? Isn't that where that is?
Oh yeah, Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yep, I got you. Hey, thank you for doing this, and I appreciate it, and we look forward to meeting you in person. And it'll be, I don't know what the team's going to look like exactly, but it'll be a lot of fun. Have you, by the way, tried to recruit any of your buddies or anybody you know across the country? Have you already been reaching out to folks, or are you just kind of focusing on yourself right now?
I mean, I had some friends asked them if they want to come to Baylor or something. So we're seeing it right now.
All right. Well, I think everybody's ready for Baylor to get back to the tournament and chase another one of those titles.
Yes,
so that'll be great. Brett, appreciate you, man. I have a nickname for you, but I bet somebody's done it before. But keep in mind, triple decker.
Triple decker.
Has anybody tried that on you?
Nah, I haven't. Actually. I probably heard that like middle school, but not in college yet.
Okay, because it's a sandwich, but it's also like in England and stuff. It's those triple decker buses, so it kind of works on several levels. So anyway, if you want to market that, I'll just take a little tiny bit off the top.
Okay, nice.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We'll see you when you get to town.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me.
You bet. It was good. Brett Decker Jr. on the Matt Mosley Show from Liberty comes in. He's got his prerequisites taken care of. Sounds like he did Old and New Testament. And so that'll get him good and prepared for the Baylor campus. Baylor does not, apparently, I'm told. Now they have classes called like Scriptures and something else. It used to be Old Testament, New Testament. It was very straightforward. And we used to have chapel. And I perhaps did not do as well in chapel as you might anticipate. The only requirement for chapel was to show up. Was to be in your seat. I had to repeat chapel. There was some sleeping in that occurred.
Imagine that.
Man, I like him. I like Brett Decker Jr. That's a very interesting young man, and he's put in the time. Big-time shooter, three-point shooter, free throw shooter, and what Baylor needs to do is not stop. They got Isaac Williams under contract. They now have Brett Decker Jr. I'd like to see 3 more guards added. All right? It's not. You can't look up this year and go, oh, we got enough. We're good. We got like 4 guards. No. Keep them coming. All right? Some of them might be able to play wing. Some of them may be kind of like Tunde, who can kind of play a 2-guard but can also play the wing and has a lot of room to grow if he returns. But that's pretty good. Brett Decker Jr., who had 25 schools, he said, reached out when he went in the portal. And my contacts in FAU who've played them, boy, speak extremely highly of, because they had to play against him, and they said, hey, he was one of the top 5 guards they faced. So anyway, I was trying to figure out, Kev, why he was hanging out in Miami so much, but he's there with his agency. And then, of course, he's like, draft. He said something about the NBA draft.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm
like the guys are training for the draft. He's
with them. Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah,
it's like,
but you can understand why I kind of look for some clarification there.
Pre-training. Yeah.
Pre-draft.
Yeah.
All right. Do we need to catch one before the deal or not?
No.
All right. As we come to you from the Brazos Landing. I got that blackened chicken. I got that harvest salad. Got some strawberries on that salad. And I don't know what Stephanie came up with today. Did you go with the chicken parm or? Oh, goodness. Okay, Mike did a Caesar with the blackened chicken that I felt I can't even repeat what Stephanie had. I'm sure they were great. But it is, most of my friends would not come in and just order the Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
Yeah, they're delicious.
I don't doubt it. But it is
the veggies I had with mine just absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, and I will say it was a bit distracting to watch you eat as I'm trying to watch my guest on the monitor.
I mean,
just watching you chow down during that.
I'm just
Thank
thinking
goodness you had your mic down.
I'm thinking of the story of Al Michaels will have a whole multi-course meal while he does Thursday Night Football now. But yeah.
Okay, you and Al.
Yeah. I mean, good footsteps to follow, isn't it?
Oh, great. Yes. That's when I think of Al Michaels. Kevin Hoosier Hall comes to mind. Sure. Al Michaels used to come to town. He'd come to do a Cowboys game, and then he would go to, I don't know, it was Tom Thumb. He'd go to one of the local grocery stores in Dallas and just load up on stuff. And I was like, he could go to any restaurant in town. He's wealthy beyond belief, but he just didn't want to go out and be bothered. And he wanted to have a lot of good food on hand. So he'd come to town, and in his hotel room, he'd just go buy a bunch of groceries. Oh, man. I did that the other day during the Masters. I had my egg salad. I had my pimento cheese. I had my hard salami. I had my cheddar, some kind of cheddar slices of cheese, and then I had all these little bread things, toasty bread things cut up just like I wanted, and then it was just kind of smothering everything into different dips and spreads. It was quite a time as I honored the Masters. Masters, if you haven't heard, they had some issues with their coverage the other day. The cameras had trouble following the golf ball. That is one thing you kind of want to get right. At a golf tournament, if you're on 18, and I give people a lot of grace on these things because I'm not, it's kind of like if you and Mike have something going on, I try to, because I'm zero help, and so I try to take myself out of the situation. So when it comes to covering a golf tournament, I'm just like, I really don't want to be the guy pouring on these people who had some things happen. But I will say,
I do have that clip.
In the final, the clip of which? When they couldn't find the ball?
No, with the guy going off on it.
Oh, well, I mean, we can, I don't even, let's do that tomorrow because I want to just brag on the Brazos Landing as we say goodbye. But you're right. That's the guy from NBC ripping the CBS. And the whole thing about glass houses comes to mind. Be careful ripping with your competitors because, boy, they're going to cover the U.S. Open, NBC Sports soon. and Kevin Kisner was ripping on that broadcast. Now, I will say, if you're covering the Masters, you would like to get the final putt on camera. You certainly would like to have a camera that picked up the final putt on 18. And on the second shot, when a player's out in the woods, when he hits a shot, you would like to find that ball sooner than like a minute and a half. Although that is one way to build suspense in a TV audience, is not to be able to find the leader's golf ball on the final hole and have the whole country. How many people were watching that the other day at the end of that? 20 million. 20 million people were watching, okay? There still is a thing for these networks in live TV. It's still there, and there's still a huge audience. Now, last night, sadly, Amazon Prime, covering the play-in for the NBA, had a rough moment. We're in overtime, 123-120. Hornets holding on over the Miami Heat, and they go to black.
Oh.
The screen goes to black. And the screen stays like that for a full minute or so. I would say in the overtime of an NBA playoff/play-in game, that is not optimal.
Yeah.
That is not great, and it's not a great thing to happen. What a day it's been here at the Brazos Landing. Claude and Becky Lindsay, great friends. There's Becky. I mean, I think I finally got her attention over there. The food has been excellent. I'm gonna power. I mean, this salad, and I kind of, sometimes I kind of start, asking for certain things, and I've been known to do that in a lot of areas in life. But man, here at Brazos Landing, they treat everybody beautifully, and that is why they get such repeat business, and why you see couples night in, night out. And it's kind of romantic because you can sit out by it sounds weird saying that, sitting here next to you, Kevin, but it kind of is, looking out over the river. And the back patio, I would say they did a renovation a little bit. I mean, it was already, I loved it out there, but they kind of did a few things, and it just looks awesome. I like the decor. I like the colors out there. And then, of course, that side deck is always fun when it's pretty during the spring. In fact, our boss, who hasn't listened to a minute of the show today, has sat out there and just done his work all day out there on that patio. Okay? 7 drinks in. I was hoping he would hear me saying that. No, I don't think he is. I think
It's because he trusts you.
I think he's paced himself. Well,
He
then
trusts
that's his fault. That's his fault. Kev, good work from you. Mike, appreciate it. Steph, tremendous to see you on the scene. It is, and Scott, her loved one. He is a good friend, has been for years, and even when Stephanie's mad at me, which is probably fairly often, he's just stuck by my side, always. A Mosley defender and a Mosley supporter. All right, for Kevin Hoosier Hall. Kevin, do we have any breaking news to share as we leave? What I always hate is like the minute we say goodbye, and it's like, oh, something happened like 5 minutes ago, and I didn't get to say it. You, Steph, look at your phone too. I mean, yeah, this could be Stephanie's Sports Corner. Okay, I don't see anything on the Baylor portal front popping up necessarily.
Aiden Sherrill officially to the Hoosiers.
I knew you'd work a Hoosier angle in. Bears were talking to him.
Feet is.
I'm told he was looking for $5 million. Did he get that from the Hoosiers? I don't know. They could have. He could have. I doubt he got 5, but that's a lot for a guy who scored like 10 points a game. But that's the going rate these days. Amazing. And then we had some WNBA news. We'll have more on that tomorrow. We'll have much more on that tomorrow. All right. Thanks for everybody who came out today to the Brazos Landing. Thanks for our staff, our wonderful staff. Thank you to the Lindsay family, the wonderful wait staff here, too. The bartenders, the management here. I mean, just Thomas is a great friend of mine who kind of manages things, has been a GM over the years at some of these great restaurants. But, boy, this one he has sunk his teeth into, and really, really enjoy him. But great people out here at the Brazos Landing. Come to happy hour. Come have a meal this very evening. Tonight is Wednesday night. It is a good time to get to the Brazos Landing. All right. Good night, everybody.
Central National Bank, this is Nikki. How may I help you?
Yes, can you please transfer me to the loan department?
You want to transfer?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, you can't transfer right now.
What?
Have a good day. Yes, how may I help you?
Hi, I would like to transfer money from my C&B account to another bank.
Absolutely not. No. Have a great day.
Wait, hold.
I'm on your website and I'm trying to find the link for your payment portal.
The portal is currently unavailable. Have a great day.
We've received a few complaints.
Correct. We no longer allow any outgoing transfers, only incoming.
But the good news is, no money is leaving the bank. Like, none. Good job.
Central National Bank, proud partner of Baylor Athletics and Baylor Women's Basketball.